Today on In the Wood Yard, we've got the machine, we're gonna run it. Let's get busy. So I'm here today, this morning, with Harry and Tony, and this is Harry's new toy. What do you think?
It looks great. I mean, you know, after all the studying I did of what wood splitter I wanted to have, why I wanted to have it, and now here's my first time seeing it because Chris unloaded it for me.
Yeah.
And because we were going to do this little video together, and it's everything I thought it was going to be.
We're gonna see if it works. It better.
And that'll make it everything.
yeah.
Completely.
Now, I only had to wait for 6 months to get mine. How long did you have to wait?
1 year.
Ouch! That's a long
year.
time.
Well, right now they're out 14 or 15 months or something like that.
I know. Well, when you make a good product, everybody wants it. So it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's just a struggle of, I can't imagine what it must be like with them trying to get product out because they're growing so fast that it's gotta be tough. Well, what do you say we go do some wood?
Let's do it. Let's break it up.
So we just ran some of the nastiest wood possible on your first attempt at all of splitting, and it worked hard to get it out. And there was some we shouldn't have put in here.
Right. So especially with the box wedge.
Yeah, with the box wedge, you got to have pretty decent wood, and it worked. But we had a couple there that were pretty tough getting in, but it's got some power. It pushes it through. It was amazing.
Yeah. So what are your takeaways? First try.
Even though the wood was knotty, it still turned out very good pieces. And then if you were to be careful of your cuts so that they were all 16 inches, you'd have very uniform wood. And that's what I'm after.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, even stuff. It's real nice size.
Absolutely.
It's gonna pop up.
Yeah. So you want to have them flat, obviously. No
steel cuts. Oh, the angled ones. Ah, I get it.
It was coming.
We want the Husqvarna cuts, the straight ones.
Oh, the 90-degree cuts.
So we switched out. We took out the box wedge, and we're going to try the 6-way here next. And the 6-way should be more forgiving for some of the knotty stuff.
Well, for what you do, so the logs that you buy, they only go so big, so the 6-way is probably the sweet spot for those, where your big wood here was from
tree service. Yeah, that stuff I literally picked up on the side of the road.
Yeah, so
that ash that we had there. There was some oak we ran at the end there, some bigger pieces. But yeah, what I like about it is the automatic return is awesome. I like how the cradle just falls right in there. The log lift is awesome. Compression is, compared to my Ultra. With my Ultra, I work a lot harder. I'm doing a lot more of the moving of the wood. I probably can go as fast, but I'm physically I don't have the log lift, obviously, so I'm having to do that, or I'm having to whittle the pieces or rip them down to bring them in. I don't have as big a workspace because you got the log lift over here.
Very important.
Yeah. But I always say I want my wood literally right like
exactly.
This.
Almost like stacking.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, I try to get my splitter as close to the wood as possible at all times. It just saves time.
Each machine has an advantage, and I'm not going to say a disadvantage. It's just different.
It's a little bit better in certain spots, and then that's like the wedge too, So when you got 16 inches and below, this 6-way wedge is a sweet spot, and then when you get the big 30-inch rounds, that box wedge will make perfect wood all day long.
Right. For big wood, this has got the power too.
Yes.
Got the big push blade.
This one you could comfortably do by yourself by removing the table. It probably weighs
the weight closer to you.
Exactly. There's no possible way you can do the 4-way or the box wedge by yourself. You either have to have a tractor, or what I used to use was my deer lift. I would just put it in here, crank it up, and then push it out and put the other one in.
Like you said, you're going to put a new pole for hanging deer on it and put a winch on, put a come along on it or something like that. That's all you need. You just crank it up, or even just a bolt winch.
So I'll just process one class of wood one day, and then process another class of wood the next day.
Yeah.
And
when you cut it, when you're cutting, you can kind of throw your piles one way or the other. Yeah, everybody works the system on. Everybody thinks, I get comments all the time on the channel like, oh,
why don't you
should do it this way. You should, the shooters I call them. You should do this, you should do that. Well, every situation is different.
Absolutely.
And every workflow is different. Every type of wood is different. Every shape of wood is different.
Well, I'm sure that you did things differently with the Glacier than you did with the Ultra.
Absolutely.
Because the Glacier you probably had to move because the Ultra moves itself.
Yeah, but you can use it. You can move it fairly easily.
Yeah. And that's one thing I do like about my Ultras. I can move it by myself. And the thing is, though, you've got a UTV, right?
Yeah.
So you can move this no problem. Yeah. You got to have something to move it.
In a perfect world, I need a lift. So in a perfect world, I'm going to have the UTV on this side. I'm going to be splitting wood here into an elevator. That's going to be stacking it. So when I do eventually get to buying log loads, I'm going to throw the rounds just wide enough apart that I can drive the UTV and the splitter through the middle, and stack it back.
You got to try to figure out your system so that you're touching it as least possible. So you have to go the least distance possible to grab it, and just so you have workflow. And you can't have too much space. Isn't that right?
And the other thing is, the best time is like we're now. I mean, this is so comfortable working, right?
Yeah, there's 40 miles
17 degrees. Or for you Europeans and Canadians or everyone other than the U.S., we're at -12, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
How do you rattle that off?
Well, it was close to 0 this morning, wasn't it?
Right. So
3 or 4 degrees.
That's it.
but today it was supposed to warm up to 30. It hasn't happened.
Well, 21 I heard, but it could be 30 here.
Well, the thing is the wind. The wind picked up.
Oh
the
yeah,
wind is brutal.
miserable.
So now that we got this on, we're gonna spin it around. We're gonna stick it over here. I got a bunch of cherry cut up behind over here, and we're gonna split some cherry into a pile.
Yes, and you get this free labor, you know.
Yeah.
How about water and gum?
Yeah,
and I haven't seen any of that.
No gum today.
No
The
gum.
creek is froze over. I'll break up some ice. You can suck on an ice cube.
We'll put it on the exhaust.
Oh,
There you go.
There you go. You just gotta suck on it like a, what do you call those?
Tootsie Pop?
No, like a candy cane. Just suck on like a candy cane. We'll go get some lunch. I'll buy lunch for you guys.
Oh my God.
If you
Taco Bell, I bet.
We'll see. I'll cut a taco in half for you.
Oh, you see?
We'll split it.
Okay, so we swapped out the box wedge for the 6-way, and we got a whole pile of cherry back here, and I got free labor, so we're gonna split some wood now. We're gonna see what this thing will do. So this should be really nice splitting.
A good test as far as, you know, like a gauge of how much production you can.
Cherry splits easy. It's straight wood. It's right here, so this should be awesome.
Super
I'm gonna
fast.
get my chainsaw, cut the rest of the pile, and you guys are gonna split it all. Does that sound like an idea?
Today.
Perfect. So we just split a bunch of cherry here. We split for, I don't know, 20 minutes. Wasn't even that long. And this stuff is nice, straight, clean wood. This works awesome. It just pounds them right out. For one guy working, like you said, this is sweet. It's going to be awesome.
One-man operation, this saves a lot of time.
So now, as a one-man operation, you always operate from over there, so you can grab here, go there, and then
I have
work
my load right behind me. I load the table up, and then I split from that side over here.
That's always something I don't understand when I watch guys use this split, or any of the splitters with the log lifts, is staging the logs on there. You know, if you're by yourself, why not, and you got the auto, why not just drop it in each time?
Yeah, but you got to bend over, you might as well load it up, and then we just keep feeding it.
That's exactly it. Not only that, the tire is set in such a way you can still get your foot in there and be comfortable. That's the nice thing.
Yeah.
You definitely have more room right here, but on the other side with that wheel or the tire there, it really doesn't impede you.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the log lift is, which I wish I had, is more working space to load it up. And if you got someone to help you, they just keep feeding wood to you. That's sweet.
Keep filling that up,
just keep the wood coming.
Keep rolling it in, and hitting the lever, roll it in, hit the lever.
Right.
Harry, that's why you need a conveyor, because you got to do something with that.
That's, you know, I'll have to let Andrew put the sales pitch on me for a conveyor, you know.
That's on. I'm leaving that in. The leg lift especially. Okay, well, we went and got some lunch, and now we're going to attack the rest of the pile here.
Let everyone know. You paid for it.
Yeah, we bought them lunch.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Well, I gotta have you so you got some energy. Now, when we were having lunch, we were talking about who had the best looking hat. So we need you guys to vote on who has the best looking hat. So what do you think? What do you got on there?
I know what he has.
Well,
he's got a still.
I gotta say,
he's got an orange one.
I'm flying the colors.
I have a Husqvarna, but it's 2-to-1. But to make it fair, I have two hats. Which one's the best here? So we got 2 Husqvarna hats and 2 Stihl hats. So which one do you like best?
Leave it in the comments below.
Yes, let us know.
We're gonna be keeping a tally.
Yep, we're gonna keep track. Okay, start this pig up. Let's get cutting, splitting.
All right.
Okay, so we just split a bunch of wood. I'm guessing that's probably a full cord we did, because
I would say
I
so.
cut a tank of gas last night, and I had a few cut from before when Mike was here, that little bit we had cut. So I know that just by looking at that, plus what is over there is probably a face cord. So we might have a cord and a half total we did, but this cherry, because it's good straight wood, not crotchy, it's not big pieces, we were able to do double and triples on there all the time. And 3 guys,
Yeah.
you can keep this thing just flying.
Oh, absolutely. And if you get the 12 to 16 inchers, you're just flying through that stuff.
That's really nice to be able to raise. And this wedge, I think I wouldn't want the 4-way. This is what I would want, because I think you're able to raise and lower it enough that if you got a double split a piece or stack a couple in there, this does a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't need to be any smaller than what that was there. You had it raised up a few times, and we even did some doubles and triples in there.
Yep.
We were stacking it, and it did great. So it moves right along.
Well, that's why the 6-way is the standard that comes with the
I think that's the right
12-22.
one, yeah. But I consider you'd want a 4-way if you got some nasty stuff.
Yeah, if all you got is, you know, tree service wood, and, you know, you might need to be...
Even if you get tree from the woods, you're going to still have some crotches that are going to be
Chris,
tough.
that's where the wood comes from, is from trees in the woods.
Really?
Yeah.
I just call a guy and he brings it. I thought he goes downtown.
The wizard.
No clue where
Behind
the
the
origin
curtain.
is.
But this big push plate is awesome because you can stack stuff in there. I can do a double split with mine, and that's about it.
So then you're saying bigger is better?
Bigger is better when it comes to the
Okay.
push plate. Yep, and
Just make sure.
and it worked really well. So yeah, this machine just is excellent. The electric start is awesome.
Yeah.
It's got plenty of power. There was only a couple nasty ones from that crotchy
Right.
ash
Well,
that
you'll
we
find this will bog on some stuff, but once again, you just switch out the wedge to the
Yeah.
4-way or the single, and
You know, and that's where, you know, you knowing wood as the owner operator, splitting your own wood, that you just be careful of what you're doing and watch what you're doing. And, you know, Andrew talks about the 22-28 being if you have employees. Because
Right.
they're the ones that are going to break stuff. And
That's
just
it.
let them
That's
run
a
whatever
tank.
they want through
that's
there.
a tank.
Yeah. This is really nice. They're all nice splitters.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. So I should get some more wood cuts so we can cut and split the rest of this pile over here. Maybe some other day.
Yeah, it needs to start aging, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Some of the little ones I noticed when we split them, some of them were kind of dry already.
Yes,
so it
you
won't
can
take
hear
too
it.
long. Yeah, it won't take too long for this stuff to dry out. Even in the winter, it'll dry quite a bit. It's one thing I noticed a few years ago. I was cutting some big, like 30-some inch rounds, and I had cut them down, not to the ground because there was a lot of snow, and I couldn't free them up. I didn't have a tractor at the time, so I was cutting as low as I could. I cut, you know, the whole section of about 3 or 4 logs into the 6-foot or the 16-inch pieces, and I came the next day and it was below 0 that night, and all of the kerfs all the way around were solid hoarfrost about that high because it dried out that much. Like, holy smokes, it really does dry. And it was
the
below
moisture
0.
was coming out of the
Out of the wood, yeah. It was just all frosted up. Like, I never saw that before. So it does dry in the winter. You got dry air and wind, and you still got the sun. It's not getting baked quite as, you know, the temperature wise, but it dries quite a bit. So that was awesome. Well, thanks for coming, guys.
Yep.
I'll get some more wood cuts, so next time you come, we can do another pile.
We'll be here.
We'll get back to you on that.
Well, thanks for being here, folks. That's it for today. Hit the buttons. You know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, share. Go to Harry's channel. It is
The Driftless Homestead.
The Driftless Homestead. There you go. Check us out. Check them out. Come on back tomorrow. We'll do some more fun stuff. Between now and then, get outside and get cutting.
Good night, Irene.